This episode of the How's All That Workin' For You podcast is sponsored by J. Brooks Coffee Roasters in Memphis, Tennessee. The world of medium roast, it's like the perfect playground. Mediums are all about balance. Some of the playfulness of fruit, florals, or herbals from the light zone, along with some nice rounded body and creaminess from the dark zone. But it's not too extreme in either direction. Welcome to the wonderland that is medium roast coffee. Are you a medium roast coffee drinker? If so, listen up. J. Brooks is offering the listeners of this podcast a 10% discount on any order. Just use the code BAKER. That's BAKER in the notes section of your order at checkout. To order your medium roast coffee and learn more about J. Brooks, click the link in the show notes or visit jbrookscoffeeroasters.com. That's the letter J, brookscoffeeroasters.com. You're listening to the podcast where we ask, how's all that working for you? Because sometimes all you need to change your life is a moment of reflection. In this space, we are done with sugarcoating and we embrace keeping it real. I'm your host, Rachel D. Baker, guiding you on this journey to create some breathing room, set healthy boundaries, and reclaim your time guilt-free. This is real talk with a bit of sass, and we are always seeking the truth in God's Word. Today, let's have an honest discussion about a woman who has probably made a lot of us feel less than. Do you know what I mean? We can be left feeling like we're just not quite good enough. So who is she? It is the Proverbs 31 woman. You know the one, the superwoman who runs the household, runs a business, serves everyone, receives praise and adoration from everyone who knows her, and somehow she still manages to be joyful and wise while doing it all. For years, I would read this passage, look at this, and I'd think, there is no way I will ever measure up to that. Can you relate? But here's the thing, Proverbs 31 is actually not a checklist. It's not the measuring stick I always thought it was. It's actually an acrostic poem, and it moves through the Hebrew alphabet. It was written to illustrate what it looks like to live as a woman of wisdom. It's actually meant to inspire us, not intimidate us. If you've never read Proverbs 31, you have no idea what I'm talking about, or maybe it's been a hot second since you looked at it. Let's take a moment. We're going to hear it right here together. And as I read, listen for those themes of wisdom, intention, and love that are woven throughout the verses. So here's Proverbs 31, verses 10 through 31. A wife of noble character, who can find? She's worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She's like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable. Her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She's clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Well, there it was. that super judgy, condemning passage from Proverbs 31. No, it's not. It's not, though, but I have always felt that way. So as I finish reading all of that, I can't help but think, well, isn't she special? What a blessed life this amazing woman leads. But again, this isn't a measuring stick to see if we can be this supernatural woman of noble character. And here's something else powerful. This isn't the only place in Proverbs where wisdom is personified as a woman. I want to look at this a hot second because it matters. Throughout Proverbs, wisdom is portrayed as a woman calling out to us, inviting us to walk in her ways. In Proverbs 1, verses 20 to 21, wisdom cries aloud in the street, in the markets. She raises her voice. She's urging the people to seek understanding. And then again in Proverbs 3, verses 13 through 18, it describes wisdom as more precious than rubies, bringing life and peace to those who embrace her. And then again, Proverbs 9, verses 1 through 6, it speaks of wisdom as this woman who has prepared a feast, inviting everyone to come and learn from her. The theme continues all the way through Proverbs 31, this acrostic Hebrew poem where we see the embodiment of wisdom in action. The woman described here isn't meant to make us feel like we have to do it all. She's a picture of what it looks like when a life is built on godly wisdom. Hey sis, do you feel like you're drowning in chaos and can't get a grip on things? Yeah, I've been there and I've got your back. You have got to check out the Overcome the Overwhelm training. 6 video lessons, a handy PDF workbook, and email support from me to reclaim your sanity. Find it in the show notes or at racheldbaker.com/courses. Take the shortcut to mental clarity and breathing room. We have this habit of kind of overcomplicating things, don't we? We look at this passage and start doubting ourselves, thinking we have to do all the things all the time. One of my favorite illustrations of the struggle is by Mary Morantz. And if you've heard previous episode, my interview with her, or me discussing this book, you will have heard this before. But Mary Morantz talks about Decepticons of success, and it's in her book, Slow Growth Equals Strong Roots. And this is a play on words from Transformers, which you may or may not be into. But Mary explains, basically, we see one person doing A, and then we see another person doing B, and somebody else is doing C. Somehow, we convince ourselves we have to do A and B and C all at the same time to be successful. And then we don't even stop there. We keep adding until we've convinced ourselves we need to juggle all the way from A to Z just to measure up. Does this sound or feel familiar to anybody listening? It is no wonder we feel exhausted and unworthy and like we have to earn our rest. But ladies, it's just not true. It's not. We don't have to do it all. And the woman described in Proverbs 31 is not the example that we are supposed to imitate in every single way. We're just supposed to walk in wisdom. Wrapping it up today, what does wisdom even look like? Well, let's break it down from this lovely example we have. In Proverbs 31, verses 13 to 15 show us she's intentional. Wisdom is intentional. She plans ahead. She makes thoughtful choices. She nurtures people around her. Verse 16 demonstrates how she's resourceful. She is smart with what she has, and she's making the most of her resources. In verse 20, you see wisdom being generous and hospitable. She's giving, welcoming, loving. And most importantly, verse 30 tells us she fears the Lord. That's where true strength comes from. If we want a simple way to live this out, we do not need a 20-step plan to do all the things. Jesus gave us the answer in Mark 12, in verses 28 to 31, where he says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself." That's it. There it is. I mean, he said it a lot faster and easier, I feel like, but It kind of sums it all up, right? That's the heart of wisdom. And you know what? We're not perfect. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. I'm not. I don't really know anybody who is. We will have great days and we will have tough days. There are days we'll feel like we are getting it right and days we are going to fall flat on our faces. But His grace and mercy, they are new every single morning. Remember, that's my fave verse in Lamentations. Merciful mornings. Aren't we so grateful for merciful mornings? So here is my invitation to you today. Let's talk about this together. I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you heard Proverbs 31 presented this way before? Or have you always been kind of low-key cussing her unattainable standards under your breath? I won't tell anybody. How has Proverbs 31 challenged or encouraged you? And if you are looking for a space to be refreshed, be renewed, if you're looking to have more conversations and encouragement like this, I would love for you to join our fall renewal retreat. It's the literal best. It's my favorite thing that I do all year long. The waitlist is open, and you can find the link in the show notes. Listen, you do not have to measure up. There's no measuring stick. You just have to show up and let His wisdom guide you. And that right there, sis, that is more than enough.